also a look ahead towards the future. Some of these teams for him in the offseason. How many of these players will be back is yet a nation. 6 points still left to fight for, and they could fight their way up. Underway at the Parc des Princes. Points with Monaco. Could you imagine Monaco from France, one of those teams that went through a changeover. Many of their better players left last season. Ball from Draxler. Over for Di Maria. Oh my, he makes it look easy. Angel Di Maria. Was signing those big paychecks and transfer checks. Hear the fans singing in the background, already with a lead over Bordeaux as they had the goal, but
players up the field by committing numbers to the attack, and they were punished twice.
Practically the blink of an eye. That's possible if they don't get the win here to can hold on for a victory. They could be just outside the European zone. Primely.
The furious response online to a Champions League defeat.
16-point lead for PSG. And there's Di Maria out wide trying to thread it back, but intercepted. I expect someone like Neymar to have the composure.
Well,
Sawa now for Mbappe from the left, swings it across on the.
Well, many of these other PSG players, even Tuchel, who
bursting into the box. Nice change of.
He's in that loss in the Cup final, but I think Neymar stays put, and his return has solidified a back line that is missing its leader.
PSG before the bottom fell out. A little flick from Mbappe that all tucked into the middle, although directly in the path. Cavani among the starting lineup and saying, if we can do better, we will.
Right, but I'm not challenged.
Montpellier, another team. They did not close strong. Ball in. Mbappe for Mounier to the middle. He eludes.
Space on the left-hand side. But it's all about Europe for PSG, and that tells you they're at the bottom of the table, or near bottom. Kylian Mbappe's 30 goals are one more than Dijon has scored all season.
It was with the Guingamp when they were struggling. Let go, and Dijon picked him. Sing header, Kerr close, Cavani from the ground. Ball. Early pass forward, but stripped away. Chance now as they try and cut into the PSG lead. Good, nice through ball. Mbappe gliding into the box. A little bit of a bump. Worst offense and defense among the home teams in Ligue 1. Sawa. Cavani makes the back post. Ignominious. Oh, beautiful little touch. Osman Tweedy, but he's come close. Kind of wonder it was lifted them to that position. Even if they do get to the Champions League. And cross, another body block sending Mbappe down. Lifted to the back post. And Lyon 67, Saint-Etienne 6. This is a Parisian squad that does produce world-class talent of its own.
Ground.
There has been a goal. We'll get you an update in a moment. Di Maria across, and it flat in the midfield. Which also may be a bit more of a creator.
All the time. Beautifully played by Mbappe.
Burst into the box, poked. Sliding in on Amalfitano.
In the eyes afterwards because he was making a great run.
Nice drive by Said. Sneak. As They continue to score. Ball inside for headed back in the wrong direction. Haddadi. Balmont.
The Lille story.
Pepe, one of the big reasons. The spot, ball across. Cavani can't get it, but Mbappe does. Lautua could not clear, looking on helplessly as Kylian Mbappe motors in to make it 3.
It's just too easy for PSG. The way they just shred through those defensive lines. Once again.
So close for Loic Mbesso. And the long shot.
Worth noting is with the Brazilian national team.
Been doing that for a while. Alves, again, in a more advanced role than you might be used to see. The fact that there's a lot of young talent that will be mixed into the equation. He thinks this Brazil could globe for all the wrong reasons. Firmino maybe a little off the boil because of injuries. Gabriel Jesus not
out of that squad.
Through ball overlap for Moto, gets there, sneaks it in, and then you have some of the younger players like Paqueta who have really started to burst on.
Who had more eyes for goal than anything else.
All cleared away. Date on all of the other action, especially some of the key matches. Ball, delicate touch from Alves. Cavani wide left. Balmont brings it down. Nice little tuck into the corner. Blast to Saint-Etienne for that final Champions League spot. Good ball, Tavares settled. Nice touch wide. Tavares again. And as you had mentioned, down to the bottom of the table position. And here comes PSG on the break. Caressed by Caen and Dijon, for which team would still have that wild player in his day, I've heard as well.
Not bad, not bad.
Alves could have taken it. Balmont steps out. Di Maria with the second. Pretty much locked in. Marseille just on the wrong side of the European line. Impressed this season. Here's Mbappe into the 18. Delicate little chip over Gunnarsson. A touch of class to make it 4.
That man is absolute.
In swinger, across, but off. Right down the line for Quan, but youngster yet. Looking for the run on the far side. Ceremony for PSG and their Liga crowd. 60th minute reached. Little chip.
Move further up the field. I think he's not been top. The 3-time Ligue 1 champion.
Although 39, he's not his old club, Paris FC, as we mentioned, in position to join.
That your teammates think that you deserve every ball whenever.
Could be 2 top flight teams from Paris itself next year. Go back to 1966 when Philippe Gondet from Nantes scored. Whips towards the corner, and that one battling for Saïd. Meunier got.
Just going back.
Here he comes again. You could say in many ways. And for PSG,
it stained his image so much that people don't.
Although PSG currently with an ancient history, that Lyon run of 7 straight titles, 2 back of Saint-Etienne. Ball threaded in, no for Montpellier, who are one of the shockers way back at the start of this PSG. On the outside looking in. Juan back in, glancing header, but out of it on. Rest. Carries all the way past Alphonse. Burst of speed. Trying to drop it back for overlap is on. Meunier. Cavani on earth. Talk about transfers. Someone else will be popping up the pipeline. Draxler for Mbappe. Into Neymar and Mbappe. I think that might just be some of the things that could be going on in the off-season. And Alves puts on the brakes. Diaby on the off in a transfer window. Can Lyon over every
for Dijon. He spent so much of his time in this game defending, of course.
Give and go from Alphonse. Saïd.